Boku no Hero Academy. Also, the newest trailer for Season 5 for My Hero Academia came out, and I love Bakugo's hero costume. It is amazing. It's like Kirishima's. Like, I liked Kirishima's design. It's so good. And the animation is on point now. But I think the episodes are going to take longer to come out than if they have so much more to animate. Like, this is really good quality. Now let's move on. So this is still the same story as the cremation one. So after the sports festival, they'd have to go to their internship. Oh, wait, no, we never actually ended it. So after the cavalry, actually no, we just started the cavalry battle. No. When it starts, they do the race. He says, "Here goes nothing," and jumps up in the air and blasts, and he puts fire in his feet so then he can blast off. He goes, and he's just flying. He looks down and sees Bakugo's easily beating him, so it's Todoroki. Then he adds fire to his hands and blasts off, making him go even faster than both of them, going. Bakugo says, "No, you won't, Blue Flame Boy. You're not winning." Then boosts himself forward. Christian says, "Prove it, but." So he goes way faster and races to the exit. Then they see a burning light coming down. Then they see him going, "Dah, did it." He comes in first for the cavalry battle. It's him, Midoriya, Ojako, and Mei Hatsumi. Christian would be on the top, always aiming. Christian would actually be on the bottom. When they start, Christian says, "Guys, let go." Even though we do have the 10 million points. They're holding Deku. Christian pulls it off his head and puts it on his and blasts off in the air. And says, "Now that they have no points to get us." Bakugo blasts off to get him, but Christian just kicks him down, going, "Ugh." Bakugo flies down. He's just floating in the air, going, "No." Then Team Deku flies up in the air. Christian goes in and locks in, so then he says, "Now we're all together," while Christian's pushing them up with his fire, also with them. Then he puts his hands going, "Brrr," blasting them up even higher so no one can get them. Christian says, "I'm going in like a talent." He says, "I'm going in like a hawk, I'll be right back." He puts the headbands on Deku, then lets go. Deku starts to tip a little bit, but then they get him back on balance, and then he goes blasting off. Steals Todoroki's headbands, going, "Yeah." Then he says, "Shoot him into the ground," then blasts off into the sky, going, "Yeah." Then he tries to blast off forward and puts the headbands on his head while he's floating. Oh, don't worry, he actually does do it, and then he blasts off. And then he locks back onto Deku's squad, and then we finally get back in. And after that, they win the cavalry battle, getting first place. Moving on to the fight. Christian will probably fight. Let's see. His first opponent is Vine Girl, because that's the only one I can think of. When Archie shoots vines at him, he puts his hand out lightly and goes, and shoots a fire blast. Going, it's actually a fire beam. He goes, burning her hair from head to bottom. He goes, "Ah, my hair! My hair!" Ah. Then he shoots it. Then he holds out. Then she falls to the ground, still burning. She says, "Someone help her! She's dying!" Christian says, "Ice, nip up, ice," and throws ice at her. And then she's like, "I'm ready." They say, "How is that even possible?" So, moving on to the next battle. Let's just go to the semifinals because I don't care. Actually, the quarterfinals, where there's 8 contestants. It's Christian, Tokoyami, Kirishima, Midoriya, Ida, Todoroki, Bakugo, Mina, and Ojako. Those are the 8 there. Christian's matches with Tomi is with Tokoyami Fumikage. When it starts, he instantly shoots fire at him, which burns him. He says, then he looks and says, titty, you're not all you need. Then he puts his hand out and blasts him, going, incinerating and defeating Tokoyami with 1 shot. He says, pathetic. Then he walks out of the ring going, Midnight says, wait, you have to offer a peace sign of truth, and to make it so then you actually did have a fair fight. He walks over to Tokoyami and picks him up, like, you know, with the hand thing where they pull yourself up. And he says, good match. Now I gotta go. Boom, blast off. Shoto still won't use his fire, though. Remember that. Next is Deku versus Bakugo. I'm pretty sure Bakugo would win. No, actually, Bakugo wouldn't have any defenses, so Deku would probably win. Bakugo's so pissed, though. After the internship, after this sports show, he'd probably go and kill Deku for no reason. So after defeating Bakugo, the next match is Todoroki versus Ida. Todoroki would easily win. Then after that's Mina versus Ojako. I'm pretty sure Ojako would probably win, because she just lifted her up in the air. And with her tactical skills, she'd probably get to rain down on her. Next. Mei Hatsumi. Wait, did I say Mei Hatsumi? I don't know who else. Tokoyami. Alright, so now it's Christian. Who am I missing? Alright, I think that was it, actually. Oh, and Shoto won his match easily, like I just said. So let's just go into the semifinals. Christian, Deku, Todoroki, and Kirishima. Kirishima's in the semifinals. When it starts, Christian says, Koi, Kirishima! Kirishima rushes at him, going, Aah! He's just melting his armor, blasting him, going, But then when it's not doing the trick, Kirishima's right next to him and lands a punch. He goes, dang it! Then slides on his feet and then actually cranks up the heat and goes, Aah! It doesn't do a lot, though. He gets punched again, almost out of the ring, but then he blasts himself back and elbows Kirishima when his thing goes away. When his hardening goes away, he goes, Aah! Kirishima goes, Aah! And falls back. He says, how about this? And creates 2 razor blade fire blasts and puts them together going, ah! Shooting a tectonic blast, which absolutely destroys Kirishima, defeating him. He goes, that was a good match, Kirishima. He goes, yeah. While he pulls him up, saying, boom, boom. I cannot wait till My Hero Academia Season 5. I just want to finish up My Hero Academia so I can wait till Season 5, which is coming out on March 27th, people. March 27th. Now moving on to Deku's versus Todoroki's match. Todoroki would win like he did in Canon, because Deku's arms are completely destroyed from his fight with Bakugo. So I'm going to have to give Todoroki the edge. And Todoroki would use his fire, though. Last match. Christian versus Todoroki. The finals. Todoroki brothers versus each other. Fighting each other. When it starts, Todoroki would shoot ice, Christian would shoot one fireball that blasts his ice back. He goes, then Todoroki would shoot a fire blast, and Christian would also shoot a fire blast, which hit each other, clashing, going, boom, creating an explosion. Then Christian creates 2 razor blade fire blasts and shoots them, going. It's about to hit Shoto, but then he shoots his ice, which instantly melts. Then hits him, he goes, but then creates a giant ice pillar behind him, which he slides on, going, he says, nice, but now he goes for a fire blast, a legit fire blast from Pokemon. Like, he jumps up, hits it up there, and smacks it down. Hitting him, he goes, he says, now for my secret move. He yells, like, and, like, powering up, but then he turns into a blaze state. You know Blaze, like, the ability that Infernape has? Not the one that Torracat has, the one that Infernape has. It's a blue fire blaze. His hair is glowing blue fire. His pupils are gone. His fists are insanely strong. His firepower is multiplied by, like, 300, but he can't control it. He goes for a quick punch, going, ah! Punching him. He goes, oh! And he says, fire blast! Shoots 2 Rager Blades, destroy, and it's a tectonic one. Todoroki tries to block with ice, but he goes, ah! And he shoots ice behind him to try and cool him down. He hides himself in like an ice ball, so then he'll maybe cool himself down from all that heat that he just experienced. He goes, getting himself a check. Christian shoots a fire blast at it, a legit fire blast, and it hits it, but it doesn't. And it hits it and cracks it. He goes, dang it! Christian says, close combat, and punches it a lot of times, crushing the ice. He says, there's not a lot I can do. Then he charges up a fire blast in his hand. Then when Christian finally punches through, he charges up his own fire beam and shoots it, going, ah! The 2 blasts clash. But I'm pretty sure Christian would break his arm, and Todoroki's face would be severely burnt. Plus his hand he'd go, ah! And Todoroki's blown out of it, and so is Christian. They both fall off the edge, but Todoroki falls first. Christian goes, he says, ah! And they say, you are the winner. They're on first. Bakugo is in, Deku is in 3rd place. Christian says, he says, I did it. Now moving on to their training things. Christian would go off with Gran Torino just like Deku would because he wants to train. Trying to get his reflexes up. Deku would unlock one for awful cowling, which I can finally help him use. With Deku and him training, along with Gran Torino, Christian's reflexes would be multiplied. He says, I am the student of Almighty and the son of Endeavor. 1 and 2. He says, yeah, I'm number 2, he's number 1. Apparently. Christian just shoots a fire blast going, boom, and shoots a blast, then goes, brrr, trying to hit Gran Torino, but he can't. And this training just boosts his reflexes when he tries to hit. When someone's trying to hit him, he can instantly dodge, going shing. And moving on after that to the Stain arc. Christian would just be wandering around the city, but then he hears an explode. He sees green lightning and says, "That's Deku." Then he blasts forward, going. Wah! Then he sees Deku and Deku, Todoroki, and Ida fighting Stain. He goes and blasts a fire blast, burning Stain. He goes, ah! They say, "You're here." He says, "Damn right I'm here." Then he goes and says, "Ah, fire! Blast!" And shoots it up, and then a fire star comes and he shoots it down. He goes, "Stop!" And this hits him for heavy damage. Hefty damage. He goes, ugh. And then he goes with fire punches. And they're all starting to body Stain. Until it happens. Stain gets a bloodshed of Ida and then does whatever it is his quirk does and freezes him. Christian would go up for a giant blast in Stain's face, going, ah! He's basically burning everybody. Oh yeah, Christian still does have those purple burn marks, you know, the ones that Dobby has, the exact same ones. He goes, ah! He says, "You villains ought to lay off." Then he destroys Stain with one last punch. Then Deku would go for a Detroit Smash, Todoroki would freeze him, and Ito would go for a Receptro kick. Going, Receptro Burst Kick! Going boom and killing Stain by not killing him, knocking him straight out. Then Chris would severely burn him, going, ah! Then he'd be tied up, going shink, and then taken to a maximum security prison. Then after that, it's final exam season. 2 of the heroes have to fight one person, so I'm going to put Christian, I'll say they work in teams of 4. And they have to fight 2 pro heroes this time. So, I'm going to change it up. So, basically, it's Christian, Bakugo, Todoroki, and Deku. The All Might and Endeavor, because I want to do Endeavor, these 2. Even though it's going to be a hard match for them. And then, Ojako, Uraraka, Momo Yaoyorozu, Kyoka Jiro, and our final one, Mina Ashido versus Midnight and Mount Lady. These are just matches up that I randomly chose since, I don't know, Cementos and Principal Nezu. Then we have Ojiro, Hagakure, Tokoyami, and Mezo Shoji versus Present Mike and Eraserhead. Then, after that, we have the final matchups, I think. No, I think we got all of them. We got Team 1, Bakugo, Todoroki, Christian, and Deku. Team 2, Mina Ashido, Ojako Uraraka, Momo Yaoyorozu, and Kyoka Jiro. Team 3, Denki Kaminari, what's his name again? I forgot. I think it's like Eijiro Kirishima, Sero, and Mineta Minoru. Team 4, Hagakure, Shoji, Tokoyami, and Ojiro. Now let me count them all. So, Todoroki, Bakugo, Christian, Deku, Momo, Uraraka, Mina, Kyoka. Then we have Denki, Mineta, Kirishima, Sero. Then we have Ojiro, Mezo Shoji, Tokoyami, Hagakure. That's only 16. Who am I missing from the group? I'm missing 5 of them. I'm missing 5. Who am I missing now? I don't really know all of Class 1A. I really just want to go look up how many... I'll be right back, actually. Hey, Dad. Can I ask the phone for a quick sec? Yeah. Sue, you are sweet. Alright, just by looking at this picture I found all the characters. So, the first team is Bakugo, Christian, Todoroki, Deku. Next team, Mina, Momo, Uraraka, and Kyoko. The next team, Hantasero, Kirishima, Mineta, and Kaminari. Then, Hagakure, Ojiro, Shoji, and Tokoyami. Then, the fifth team, Aoyama, Tsuyu, Ida, Sato. Did I already say Hagakure? I think I already did. That was in the Meizo Shoji. So that's all the teams. I finally get all the teams down. So the first team to fight is Meizo Shoji, Hagakure, Tokoyami, and Hagakure, Tokoyami, Ojiro, and Meizo Shoji. So let's just get on with their fight. They're fighting your boy. Wait, did I say Sato? I don't think I said Sato. Did I say Rikudo Sato? I'm not sure if I said Sato. And Kota. Oh, damn it. Oh, let me count again, god damn it. I need to keep on counting because I don't know who I'm missing. So, team 1, Christian, Bakugo, Deku, and Todoroki. Then, Shoji, Hagakure, Ojiro, Tokoyami. Then, after that, we got Tsuyu, Sato, Ida, and Hagakure. I'm changing up the teams. I'm sick of this. Wait, damn it! I keep on losing damn track. You know, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a pencil and paper, because I need to write this stuff down. I can't stand this, bro. It took me 10 minutes. Almost 10 minutes to figure out the names of classmates. I missed Rikudo Sato. I did none of that, so I can't be going for it. Do we have anything? Do we have anything? Now I have to go write things down. After about 10 minutes of doing research, I finally have the teams and their members ready. And they're fighting ready. So Team 1, Christian, Bakugo, Shoto, Deku. All Might and Endeavor, they're fighting. Then we have Mount Lady, Midnight, are the opponents of Ojako, Uraraka, Momo Yaoyorozu, Mina, and Kyoko. Kyoko is Jiro, of course. Team 3, Tsuyu, Asui, Ida, Sato, and Aoyama versus the clone guy and the gun guy. Then we have Team 4, Ojiro, Hagakure, Bird. I called Tokoyami Bird because I couldn't remember, and I called Mezochoji Buff. And they're facing Aizawa and Mike. Team 5, Kirishima, Mineta, Denki, Sero, Kota, because I couldn't fit them on another team. And they're facing Cementos and Nezu. Alright, let's go. So let's get on with the first match. The first match I want to do is Cementos and Nezu versus Kirishima, Mineta, Denki, and Sero and Kota. Let's get this one started. So, the fight would start off. Kirishima. Kota using his bugs, his animals, to go search up the area for Cementos. And then in Nezu, one of the bugs find him and then bite him. And then it's a snake, so it bites Nezu on the tail. He goes, ah! Let's use a scream out. So then Kirishima and Sato rush and find Cementos to defeat him. And Denki and Mineta. Since Mineta is small, he can help fight Nezu. And Kota's gonna keep on using anti-voice to keep on finding him, to keep his location on. Then Kota finally finds him, and then punches him in the face. It's not too strong because Kota is kind of soft. Not in like not in like the skin soft wise. I mean like his personality. He's really soft. Then Denki and then Mineta would do the 1 million IQ strat and throw balls at him, pinning him against the wall. Then Kaminari would say 1.5 million volts, shocking him, which knocks Nezu out. Then they go help Kirishima, but then he's in yay mode. Then he tells Kota tells one of his snakes that are not poisonous to bite him, so he'll go back to consciousness. It bites him, and Kaminari's back to consciousness. He goes, ah! Then they rush over to help, while Kirishima and Sato are Muda walls. Then Sato would finally climb up a wall and then jump, finding Cementos. Kota would make his snake bite it, but it wouldn't really do anything. So then Grape Juice out, he would do another 1000 IQ strat and just throw balls at him, would pin him to the ground, and Kirishima and Sato would go for a punch and knocking him out. Then they'd make it to the exit, passing the test, unlike in Kennen where none of them passed. Except for Kota. Kota did pass. See, I'm trying to get more into these battles. Next, Momo Yaoyorozu, Uraraka, Mina, and Kyoko versus Mount Lady and Midnight. This one's going to be a pretty tricky match for them. Because one, Mount Lady can see them from far away because the quirk. So let's just get into this. It starts off with Uraraka lighting up her shoes and everything, so she's much faster to dodge Mount Lady's and Midnight's attacks. And since none of them have really a lot of fighting strength besides Mina, Momo creates like battle weapons, like blades and shields. Also a gas mask for all of them. Out of nowhere, a giant tectonic kick would come at them. Uraraka would jump out of the way, and then grab it, putting 0 gravity on us. We don't really know how much weight increases with the transformation. I'm just gonna say it's normal weight. Uraraka picks up Mount Lady and then yeets her. That's just hilarious. That's just funny. Uraraka just goes, ah, yeah, and yeets her so far. But then her gas mask would be crushed. And then she'd cover her mouth, so she doesn't get in the smell, so she wouldn't be knocked out. She goes, Mina come in with an uppercut on Midnight, but would miss, then go for an acid strike. And with her gas mask, she can easily fight. And going, yeah. Then Jiro would come from behind with an earphone jack blast. She goes, ah! But then she'd get hit by a tectonic kick, which breaks her mask. It would almost break her spine. Then Momo would catch her and put her down, saying, "Let's go." Momo would create a pole and then start to fight, going, "Yeah." And eventually, after wearing them down, that lady would turn back to normal and get one-shotted by Mina with an uppercut, going, "Yeah." Then a kick from Uraraka, and then a pole strike from Momo, and then an earphone jack blast from Jiro defeats them, and they make it to the exit. See, I like to do these in depth. Next, Ida, Tsuyu, Sato. Well, no, Sato wasn't even on Kirishima's team, god damn it! It was Sero, whatever. I'll do it this time with Sero. Alright, so Tsuyu. So this match would start off with them running. Then it'd right and then encounter the clones dude. Tsuyu would grab him with his cones, and Tokoyami would come and strike him, instantly destroying the clones. Ida would go for a Receptro, destroying the guy's gun. Christian says from the camera, saying, "Go guys, that is so cool." Everyone is doing so good in these matches. Then Sato goes Muda, boom, and just Muda's in. Then Aoyama hit him with a super naval laser, defeating them both. Then they'd make it. This one wasn't as interesting because, well, I'm kind of mad that I messed up with the Sato thing. Next, here we go. No, I even made it worse by I put Kota on this team. Oh, wait, no, that didn't make sense to have Kota. Never mind. So, after defeating, now it's time for the real good matches. Tokoyami, Ojiro, Hagakure, and Mezo Shoji versus Aizawa and Mike. This is like the dream team duo versus these guys. Instantly, Tokoyami would activate Dark Shadow, and then they'd get ready. Having really good fight. Tokoyami and Aizawa having the battle for who's the more darkness. And Tokoyami would eventually lose because of his lack of close combat, but he would have Dark Shadow to land one good strike on him. Shoji would come because his quirk doesn't really require him to do it, so he can always use it. He punches Eraser so hard that it knocks him back. He goes, "Ugh!" But then he'd get binded up. Then Hagakure would come and would grow and punch Mike out of nowhere because she can't be seen. And she's just landing punch after punch on him, and he can't see it. Then Ojiro would come for a tail strike on him, going, "Ha!" And then would knock Mike out. Knock out President Mike. Then Shoji would finally lose his grip on it, and Tokoyami would come for another Dark Shadow strike, defeating Eraser. Christian would go, "Hey, you guys did it." Now it's time for the real heated match. Todoroki, Christian, Bakugo, and Deku versus All Might and Endeavor, the number 1 and number 2 hero versus the strongest in 1A. Honestly, I love making these matches. This was pretty fun. When it starts off, they'd rush over going, but then instantly a fire blast would come down at him. Christian would say, "Out of the way," and push Todoroki out of the way, shooting the blast, going, "Ah!" Instantly incinerating that blast and hitting Endeavor. He goes, "Ah!" Then out of nowhere, Deku would get caught going, "Ah!" in like a rail thingy. Then Bakugo would start shooting All Might while Christian and Todoroki fight Endeavor, going, "Ah!" But then All Might would punch Bakugo in the stomach, sending him flying back, and then Endeavor would land a kick on Christian, making him fall, going. But then Christian and Bakugo grab each other's hands and spin each other around. Christian throwing Bakugo with Todoroki, and Bakugo throwing Christian with Deku. Then they switch. He says they switched. Christian says, "How about a blast? How about a fire blast?" Then shoots it, and it hits All Might head on. And he goes, then he goes, but then a blast from Endeavor knocks Bakugo out. Now it's just Shoto versus his father. He'd shoot ice, which traps him, but he'd just instantly break through. All Might would be pretty much almost taken care of. Deku would go for a Detroit Smash, but would miss, and then he'd be punched down. Christian says, "Ah!" Going for a fire punch. punching All Might so far. He goes, but then all of his comrades would be defeated, and it's just him. He says, so, Endeavor, should we end this match right now? He says, yes. And he says, yeah! Going into his blaze form. Going, ah! His pupils disappearing, of course. His eyes just white. With blue fire all around, on the round of his eyes. Blue fire in his hair. Blue fire in his fists. Basically, his whole body is almost covered with blue fire besides, like, his chest, stomach, lower legs. His feet are covered in it. He goes, yeah! Okay, from his waist, from his neck below, besides his hands and head, are not covered in it, are not covered in fire. Just his hands, head, hair, fists, and eyes. He goes, ah! Then he rushes at All Might with a quick punch, sends him flying. He goes, whoa! Then he says, going for a flare blitz. He says, flare blitz! Holding himself together with blue fire raging from him. He goes, and like it's surrounding him all. You know what the flare blitz move looks like. He goes, rushing at Endeavor, going, and then with one punch, knocks Endeavor back, breaking his jaw, going, knocking them both out. Then Todoroki would wake up. Todoroki and Deku would wake up, and then so would Bakugo, and then they'd run to the exit, walk to the exit, limping because it's hard to move. But then a fire blast would come. Christian says, with one blast of his own, incinerates that blast and hits them both, knocking them out. And then they make it to the exit, going, yeah.